You're going to be setting your hips at the top of the backswing. That's going to feel really goofy to you. Before we do it, I'm going to take a couple of minutes right now and prepare you for the video swing analysis later when we're watching you on TV. Millions of golfers, not on purpose, get the club up to the top and the hips are already breaking down. They start to sway, come forward, maybe both. Now the tension is also lost in the lower body. It's up here. If the tension is in the upper body at the top of the backswing, I'll bet you the arms go first, not the lower body. If the arms go first in the downswing, it's all over. If you're a right-handed player, very early the right arm is going to come crashing into the right side over here. Nothing can get in the way. The hips have to get on the other side, clear, and stay back so that nothing gets in the way here. When the right arm crashes the right side, this is where the angles in the wrist are going to break. That's nightmare number one. If our hips have come out of the posture and are moving into the ball, immediately the shoulders become crooked. If you're a right-handed player, the shoulders first are going to be aligning to the right. Now, if they stay there, the club is going to come more from the inside out. You with me? And we're going to start the ball at right field. Then if the club face is opened or closed, from there, then the ball hooks or slices. But more often with more people, it's this one. Arms first, right side's in the way, angles in the wrist break. The shoulder's supposed to be out here going down and under. Where will this go now? It's going to come out. And as soon as the right shoulder starts to come out and the left shoulder turns this way, now the golf club, instead of headed to the right, it's now going over the left. If the golf club is headed left, and just before we hit the ball, I know you've done this, just before we hit it, we get the club face closed, and the club is headed left. This is the shot that always feels like $1 million. This is the one you can hit your 4-iron as long as the driver. Really long, and really left. Don't those balls that go long and left, don't they feel nice though? Because you know what comes out of the mouth when I used to do it all the time? I turn to my friends and say, hey fellas, I got all of that one, didn't I? That felt good. If I could have straightened it out a little, I think it would have been on the green. Straightened it out a little, it's in the other fairway. Straightened it out a little. Yeah. And then on the next one, the arm, the hip, the angle, the shoulder, this time we don't get the club face closed. When it gets blocked in here, it starts to twist a little open. Now what happens? Here comes your banana slice. Some of us might play golf on purpose. I know, I used to do it too. There was no choice for 3 years. On purpose. Playing golf, aiming at the left trees.
Yeah.
So that hopefully the ball will slice back to the middle before it hits the tree that we're aiming at. 3 years of it. Does everybody have at least one friend that tries to help you? You know, my buddy met me on the first tee like he did every week. He said, hey Steve, listen, I got this whole thing figured out now. Well, you got it all figured out now? Didn't you give me that story last week when you shot 110? I don't want any more of your ideas. I said, look, I know what we're doing wrong now. All right. What do you got this week? He said, we're aiming at the wrong trees. We're aiming at the wrong trees. How do you think you know any of this stuff? He said, look, I was up here at the range the other day. You know who was up here? The 5th Marine Regimental Commander. That's who, the Colonel. And he showed me how to fix my slice. What did the Colonel show you? He must know. He's our leader. To fix the slice, what you got to do, he showed me, is you take your right foot and drop it here, turn the hips and shoulders aim that way. Get up to the golf ball, turn the club face in like this, get a grip with your right hand over here, and you can't slice it now, but we can sure hook it instead. Now we invite you in the pro shop like they did me. Come on in. You know what you really need? These. A brand new set of high-end clubs back on the first tee, and you know what's coming in the swing habits. Now we get you titanium. What happens with titanium golf equipment? Who knows? What does the ball do with titanium? They go further crooked. Thank you, John. I'm going to put this to bed now. The recreational golfer in America, the more the technology has improved in the equipment, has a recreational golfer improved on the golf course. Not only have they not improved, according to Golf Digest, they've gotten worse. The recreational golfers in America, the handicaps are getting worse, and that's it. A golf ball today flies further than they have ever flown, and the golf courses have never got wider. If we got together every week, pretend, and I gave you a spelling test, 18 words on there, same 18 every week, get it 18 of them, and the hope is, I'd like to get an A, I gotta pay 50 bucks for this test. 5 years have passed, maybe 35 years have passed, and the quiz grades are still a D. Would anybody consider changing the study habits? Or would we run into the pro shop and get some new pencils? That's it. This is how we will memorize a physical skill. Now, we're going to do this together here today. Yes, well, where will it be learned? Home. Does everybody have a mirror at the house? Training in the mirror now. How come? Take the blindfold off. How many of you have ever done a Pilates or yoga? What's in the yoga studio, Joan? What's in there? Oh, you bet you, all mirrors. Well, yeah, mats, but we're not about mats. Mirrors, right? Yeah, why are there mirrors in a yoga studio? What's the...
no idea.
Don't tell me because women like to look in. No, why? How come there's mirrors in there? Yeah, you're checking yourself. First, yeah, you're looking at the teacher, then you're checking yourself to make sure you're doing it right. Okay, like we're learning to play a piano, we're going to listen. We're going to isolate our hips. We're going to look at them in the mirror. We're going to see with our own two eyes if our hips are back or if they need to be corrected. You with me? Then we're going to check the spine, the shoulders, the chin, the knees, and the feet. We just executed the correct posture one time with analytical left brain thinking. Where did it get recorded? Right. It got recorded once in the right brain subconscious. Once. Should we add the backswing now or do posture again? Which is it? No. Over and over. When we do this here today, will it feel comfortable or uncomfortable right now? You're not going to like this, okay? I want you to try something with me. Maybe you did this at home already. Stay seated. What I'd like you to do is a physical skill that you've learned a long time ago. I'd like you to fold your arms. Go. Now look down and see how your arms are folded. Which arm's on top? Right. If you're over here on this side of the room, take a look at Tom back here in the back and Joe. Yeah, take a look at Tom and Joe. You see how they do it the opposite? Yeah. Okay, just like Sam, do it your normal way, the way you just were set up. Just like Sam and I do it the opposite way. So just see which arm went on top. Some people have the right, others have the left. Right, left, but so, you know, it's about 50-50. See how your arms fold. Now unfold them. Now try to do it the other way. Go. Oh, that's horrible. That's terrible. He went back to his old way. Imagine that. Tom, let's do a little training. You ready? We're going to do some training, Tom and I. We're going to take your left hand here first. Now look at it. Keep looking at it with your eyes. While he's looking at this, you know what's getting recorded? In his head. Now this hand's going to go over and under. Now, have a look. How does that feel, Tom? Terrible, huh? Yeah. Now look at it with your two eyes. Now what I'd like you to do, Tom, very slowly unfold it. Very slowly. Now very slowly do it the new way. Oh, he just went back to his old way.
We did it 5 times over and over at home. We couldn't get it.
We're going to do one hand at a time. We're going to break it down more. We're going to do the left hand only first. Now this hand goes over and under. Now, very slowly unfold them. Now, very slowly do it the new way with your left hand. Right back to his old way back. Here's what we got to do, Tom. Instead of trying to fold them both together, do the left hand only first. So let's just do that one by yourself. Just put your left hand, now unfold it. Now unfold it, now do it again. Unfold it, do it again. Now this hand is going to go over and under. Okay, now let's just do this hand again. All right, now unfold them slowly, Tom. Now the left hand first. A miracle occurred! It's hard! You know when your fingers, fold your fingers. Just fold your fingers. You know the same thumb goes on top every single time? And the same pinky's on the bottom. Now unhook them and do it the opposite way. Doesn't that feel crazy? These are habit patterns. These are habit patterns. Nobody cares how your arms fold, because there's no right and wrong way to fold your arms, but there's a right and wrong way to swing a golf club. If you wanted to change how you fold your arms, I know how you do it. You go home, you sit in your bedroom, Tom, and you do this for a month. The rehearsal makes the unnatural comfortable. It takes 1 full week for comfortable. Then the rehearsal makes the unnatural natural, 2 weeks. Subconscious, 3 weeks, and a few more days it's becoming a permanent skill, overriding our old habits, okay? Now, here's what else you just figured out about fluid motion. You know when you folded your arms the first time? You were fluid. You know why? You weren't thinking consciously, you were thinking subconsciously. And you were fluid. But then when you went to change and you had to think consciously, were you fluid? No. So therefore, when we're learning new things and we still have to think consciously about them and analytically about, we don't take it to the golf course. Everybody understand that? And that's different from what everybody's doing in golf.